Good morning, wonderful YouTube siblings. Okay, so I'm down here in the basement, which seems to be my pattern in January, February, and March. And I'm getting ready to start some seeds for our early spring planting. I probably should have done this a couple of weeks ago, but my plate's been a little bit full. So I'm getting it started now, and let me show you what I've got. I've got some Brussels sprouts, some Swiss chard, spinach and lettuce. And I know you're not supposed to start beets inside, but I've been seeing people do it. So I'm gonna give it a try and see what happens. I have a few packets of seeds, so if it doesn't work out too well, hopefully I can afford the loss. All right, now the other thing I wanna get started, and of course I think I also started this a little too late, is some onion seed. I don't think I've started these early enough to get good bulb onions out of these. No fear, I have a whole bunch of onion sets, so I'm still gonna have onions grow this year. All right, now I have a couple of herbs I'm gonna start early. This is early for starting oregano and rosemary, but I think if I start these two, I'll be able to manage them with a little help from some greenhouse action until it's safe to plant them outside after danger of frost. So I went to see, what is a reasonable plant to harvest time on a loofah if you're trying to harvest it as a sponge. So, not literally a sponge, but as a dishwashing tool. So, as it turns out, people are saying 200 days on loofah. Now, I don't really think I'm gonna get 200 days worth of growing too easily out there, so I'm starting the loofah seeds very, very early, and I'll repot them up into as large a pot as I need until it's finally safe to plant them outside, probably with the assistance of some cover. And then last but not least, last year we got a gift from Baker Creek Seeds, and it was some lemon bee balm. And I never got a chance to start it last year, so I'm hoping that I can get this perennial started this year and plant some of these in our front yard and at the community garden. So let's see how this goes today. All right, I've got the rest of that coconut fur, coconut hair, coconut coil? I'm not sure what it's called. And I'm topping off my cells a little bit to almost the top. Now I've got each cell sufficiently filled and gently compacted with some seed starting medium. I know spinach can go outside pretty quickly, and all my spinach last year when I planted in the fall failed. I'm a little disappointed about that, so I'm gonna start quite a bit of spinach. All right, this half is planted, so I grab my lid and that I've got keyed so that I set it down on top the same every time, and I mark those quadrants as spinach, and then when I think about it, I also put the number of plants that I'm dealing with. So in this case, I did 18 of each in each quadrant. Now, I never heard of starting beets early and indoors, but we're gonna go ahead and do it this time. Cover up the beets. Now, beets, spinach, and chard are three seed starts that do not require warmer temperatures to germinate. So I have a plan by putting my beets, my chard, and my spinach all in the same tray. It makes it easier to control their condition. All right, next up, chard. Give them a little press Make sure that the moist seed planting medium comes in contact with the seeds. And label it. This tray on the left is our Swiss chard, beets, and in the back, spinach. My favorite lettuce, the Butter Crunch. This tray is the Butter Crunch lettuce that needs to be separated out very soon, Brussels sprouts, and in the back, the white onions and yellow onions, and they are ready to be moved as well. Alright, the next set of seeds I'm gonna get started are seeds that might appreciate some warmer seed germinating temperatures. And for this, I'm reusing some thinner seed starting trays from last year. I've cleaned out these 6 packs, and you'll notice there's lots of dirt in some of them, but I did go ahead and give them a quick little rinse down with some soapy water, and then gave them a dip in some bleach water. So while they still have filth on them, it is sterile. Okay, I've got these trays ready to go, and I think I'm gonna start by doing this tray half oregano and half rosemary. I've had spotty success in the past with this, but somehow this year I have some optimism. So here we go. Let's see if I can spread these itty bitty oregano seeds out among these 18 cells. And this side will be rosemary. Now I'm not even worried too much if I get these here labels mixed up, because rosemary and oregano seeds are just so, well, plants. The plants are so different. The seeds are not terribly different. The seeds are both very small. But the plants are so different. I'm not too worried. If they're successful at germinating and growing, I'm pretty hopeful that I'll be able to tell one from another. All right, if you're still tuned into the video, I just want to thank you for tuning in. We're trying a variety of different things with videos this year, and some things work and some things maybe don't. But what is super important is we are sure enjoying ourselves. So this channel, it's still growing and developing. We're finding our voice with it. We're finding our artistic leanings with it. Maybe if you look at one of our first season videos from last year compared to this season, I hope you'll see a little bit of growth and improvement in our work. The process is so valuable. We spend so much more time being reflective of the things we're doing and being intentional about the choices we make. So if you want to have some LGBTQ family, we're a couple of queer grandmas living in St. Louis, and we decided we will document our lives. We will not be put back into the closet, and we will share the knowledge with you that we wish someone had shared with us. All right. Now these are going to need to be on a hot heating mat with a little bit of heat. Okay, here's our second from the bottom shelf. You can see that the light is on, just so that you can be able to see the shelf and the little seed starting trays illuminated. The lights are of course not necessary this time of year when we're just germinating seeds. All right, next I want to get some loofah seeds started. Now I'm sure there's a better way to do this, so if you've got some information on starting loofah seeds, let me know. I hate to think I'm starting them so early that they'll be useless. However, I don't think so. I think we'll be able to do something with this. So here are some loofah seeds from last year. I'm just going to put one per cell. These are some rather large seeds. All right, so I'm going to do half a tray of loofah. These are seeds from last year. Now over here, we're going to do lemon bee balm. All right, far too many seeds per cell, but that's all right. I don't know what kind of germination rate I'm going to get either. They were free with last year's order. This is, of course, before they invited Clive and Bundy to their summer fun time event. Give them a gentle press. Make sure all the seed starting medium is coming in contact with the seeds. Want to make sure those seeds get covered, at least lightly for these bee balm, with some moist seed starting medium. All right, get their label, line up my coated end. Now what I'm going to do is deliver a little water to the underside of these trays so that they wick water from underneath. I'm trying not to water from the top. I'm trying to make sure that the capillary action between the seed starting medium pulls water up, draws water up from beneath to keep the seeds moist. Haha, word of the day, moist. We had great germination on the heated mat. On the front over here is rosemary, and in the back is oregano. The front over here is bee balm, and in the back are the loofah. Pretty decent germination. Here's Puss Puss. Hi, Puss Puss. Say hi, Puss Puss. He said Norm. All right, siblings out here on YouTube. So that's our first round of seed starting this year. It's probably running a little bit late, but oh well, you know, we get what we can around here done. And I'm really excited about them. Some of these will be for at our house, some of these will be for the community garden, and with any good fortune, we can make sure that we have plenty to share with our community. See you later, folks. It's Farmer Dar signing out. Happy seed starting.